Hello, this is wmpyr. Recently, I got an email basically asking me about what martial arts style do I recommend. And to me, I put this in the same category as when I get the question, when people ask me, what kind of knife do I recommend? It's very difficult for me to recommend either a martial arts style or a knife or anything without really knowing the individual. It's just very difficult for me. And I kind of don't feel that it's right for me to say, I think you should train in this style. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm overstepping my boundaries, all right? Now, as far as that goes, martial arts have a stereotype. Every style has a stereotype where certain styles are known for certain things. So, like, for example, you may go train in Taekwondo if you want to really learn kicks and make your kicks better. If you want to make your hands better, you might go train in boxing or Wing Chun. If you really want to focus on the healing aspect, you might start to study Tai Chi, something like that. So every style has this kind of stereotype. And so if you're interested in tactical martial arts, you might be going into something like Krav Maga or some military style martial arts. If you're interested in more the athleticism, then you're going to be choosing combat sports, like MMA, BJJ, judo, something like that. And really, that is a stereotype. And there's plenty of people also that do not follow the stereotype, okay? So if you think that all people training in MMA are interested in competition and they're all athletes, they're all jocks, if that's what you're thinking, you're wrong. That's not 100% the case. Maybe there's a lot of people like that doing MMA, but that they're not all like that, okay? So there's plenty of people, like maybe they're training in a very traditional martial arts, yet they're very competitive and they're thinking about going into MMA and stuff like that. So that person is not the stereotype, okay? So there might be someone who's training in Tai Chi, very slow and fluid, but they're doing it for combat. They're just obsessed with combat. It's just that they train in Tai Chi, okay? So there's plenty of people that go against the grain in that sense, okay? And I think that is the beauty of martial arts, that you can't really just categorize and label people off like that, because ultimately this is about the people. This is not about the style. It's very easy to say, like, okay, a certain style doesn't work or is not as effective as another style. To me, when you say stuff like that, you're blaming the style rather than taking responsibility for yourself. If you trained in a martial arts style for however long, you could have done things to improve your experience. So instead of blaming the style or the teacher or the students there, like when I was training in Aikido, I remember after class, I would meet up with some of the guys and we would practice certain things and talk about certain moves that we practiced, and we would be like, okay, we learned this in class, how can we make it better? And that's the way I like to view things, rather than this would never work in a real fight. Why did they teach us that? That is like very negative and blaming the style, blaming the technique. I'd rather look at the style and the technique and go, they must have taught this to us for some reason. So what is it? And let's try to figure out how to make it more suitable for our needs. So I take that approach. So I don't put down styles or techniques or anything like that. And if it fails, then I take that responsibility. It was me, something that I didn't do, my homework or whatever. That's the way I like to view it. But what is martial arts? What is martial arts? To say that Wing Chun is only a hand system, I talked about in a previous video that is not doing Wing Chun justice. To say that Taekwondo is only about kicks or that's their main thing doesn't do Taekwondo justice, okay? I think there's a lot more to those styles, to every style, than the stereotype. So what really is martial arts? To me, martial arts it's an art. What is an art? Art is a self-expression, right? That's what it is. And basically, like, let's say you go to painting class because you want to learn how to paint. Okay, so you go to painting class, They teach you the mechanics of how to paint. From then what happens? If you're a true artist, from there, you work on your craft, right? They teach you the techniques. They make you study art history books and stuff like that. And then instead of going, this is practical, this is not practical, no, you learn all that, you study all that, okay? And then with that knowledge that you've learned, the ABCs, from there you start to create your own craft. Like, I want to focus in this area, I want to do this. And then you put years into developing your own type of painting, all right? It doesn't have to be a new style that has never ever been done before, but it's your expression, it's your little baby that you've been working on. Same with a fashion designer, same with a musician, and I believe same with a martial artist. That's what happens. So that's just my point of view. So anyway, thank you for listening, and take care, folks.